It's showtime. I know it says that when I start these things. It goes, it's showtime when it counts down to 0. Now, before we crack on, can you guys give me a heads up about the audio and visual? Hopefully, it's coming out good. If not, we're going to have to tinker around things like that. So we are going to pop into the chat and just, wow, there's loads in there. Check it out. We've got nearly 300 already. Welcome, friends. I hope you're okay and you're doing all good. Yes, sir. We got a 5x5. Time Lord, appreciate that. Cool. That's it. That's brilliant. So we can crack on. So, yes, the UK is collapsing. In case you missed it. Also, thanks to everyone who took part in the poll and, continue to do so throughout the entirety of this live stream. When I just looked, it was 91% of all of you who voted believes, yes, the UK is collapsing. What do you think? If you're watching on the replay, let me know what your thoughts are about all of this in the comment section. So I have enabled the live stream via a replay, so you can absolutely watch it all over again and see the awesome community that we've got in here and fantastic moderators as well. Because without the moderators, it could be a war zone in there because opinion clashes, etc. But, we're learning to sort of not get triggered. If anything triggers on you, do some more self-work. It's advisable, all right? Right, okay, where are we? So, yes, it looks like we've turned a corner. Now, do you remember a few months ago, this channel took a massive hit, shadow banned, I had a visit, and everything went completely screwed, okay? I was averaging roughly between minus 40 and plus 32 subscribers a week, and that's been going on for months. Now, since the success of the live stream last week, it looks like we may have turned the corner. So, yes, in the last 7 days, we have gained, wait for it, 726 new subscribers. Whoa, that's awesome. Seriously good news. So, basically then, that's just too cool for school, and it's about time because things have been tanking for some weird reasons. And also Richard Vobes as well, as literally his channel is just stalled. Okay, it's weird at the rate of subscribers that we were getting, someone's just like turned the volume right down and it's just stopped. Very bizarre, but it looks like we may have turned the corner. Excuse me about the cough. I'm just saying some honey. I hope we can sort that out. Also, welcome. We have some new members in the house as well. Now, the problem with I'm using StreamYard and I'm paying to use it as well. So the donations are really helpful to keep that running. I don't think the members pop up in the chat for some weird reason. Oh, check it out. Loisos, thank you for that super sticker. That's awesome. Oh, absolutely. No. Look, here we go. It's coming up. It's got that weird sort of italicized slanted letter S, if that makes any sense, for the members. So there's a member there. Slave to No Man, absolute legendary folk in the house. So yes, new members, welcome to the Funky Fam. And what I wanted to do was get it the cheapest that you can possibly do it on the tier that we are operating on. Okay, so we're trying to help as many people as we can. That's the core message behind what we do here. Okay, so incidentally, if you are watching this on the replay, if you want to skip the next 10, maybe 15 minutes till we get into the real nitty gritty, this is all like a news for the regular viewers of this fantastic community. And it's not just a prepping community, it is an aware community. Now that's special, and it's rare as rock and horse poo, for sure. Absolutely. So yeah, welcome to the new subscribers. Obviously you're new here watching this for the first time. You can probably tell on the banner at the bottom that this is my main job and donations really do help. Okay, but you don't have to. All right, it's not obligatory. You don't have to, but if you can, it really helps, like big time helps. This YouTube channel has taken a massive tank over the last 3 months, and we're trying to sort of get up and running again. And yes, there's lots of work going on behind the scenes. I'm trying to get this website, which is taking forever and a day. I just can't seem to find time, and my health's been a pain in the ass as well recently to sort of focus on that. So it's stalled. So we're going to get that up and running ASAP over the next 2 or 3 weeks. That should be really progressing forward. And I know you guys have been so patient, but yes, it's underway. So new subscribers, welcome. And of course, you can donate into the chat as well. And if you're watching the replay, all of that stuff. I think it's Buy Me a Coffee. Someone done that, and that's blew me away because I've never seen that before. Ko-fi and PayPal, friends and family is the best option on that, and that really helps. So look at that. We've got nearly 800 in there already. That is just absolutely fantastic. Oh my God. What else have we got? Yes, I'm going to try and get back on track with the newsletters. Now, I had an email, I think it was yesterday. Some guy said he's not sure, he's clicked on the newsletter subscription sort of thing to be notified, and he hasn't had any emails. Well, there's a good reason for that. I haven't actually done any. So I'm going to really try my best on Monday morning. If there's no dramas going on, I will create a newsletter and I'll get that out. And there's around 5,000 people signed up to that. So that is awesome. Okay. Seriously, seriously good. So yeah, don't forget to sign up to the newsletter if you're new to the channel. All you 726 people. Haha, it's cool because there's lots of stuff that goes out in the newsletter which I can't put on YouTube. All right. And it's a good way for me to sort of stay in touch with you guys should anything happen to this channel because of the stuff that we talk about on there. All right. It is what it is. And yes, it's a sign of the times. Of course it is. That's just how it is. So let me see. Also, emails as well. Now, the emails have been coming in thick and fast, and it's just insane. So you guys absolutely crack on. If you want to send me an email about anything, especially that the subject of the things that we're talking about, okay? So it just helps it keep it more focused, okay? So I'll do a video, emails will come in based on that video topic. That's really good. I get loads of random emails like you wouldn't believe. There's so many companies out there that want me on their brand and stuff, and I'm just like, no way. It's just ridiculous, okay? Nobel Gold Investments, loads of computer games, and they want me to put like a 10-second or 1-minute trailer of their video games. I'm like, really? Really? No. It's very lucrative, but I don't want to throw that at you guys. It's just bang out of order. So we say no to them guys, and it's absolutely is what it is. Now, right, let me just shut this. Now, this is quite interesting. Last week's live stream, last Friday, exactly a week ago today, I done a video based on how I was feeling and the emails which I received about a very similar occurrence. All right, so that's blown me away what happened to that live stream. Okay, on average we're probably getting about anything 10 to 20,000 views per live stream over a few months time since it got launched. It's absolutely gone radio rental. So it's looking like it's just gone under 70,000 views already, and yeah, that's in 7 days, which is bonkers. Okay, that is fantastic news. It looks like on that live stream alone, we got 545 new subscribers after they watch that live stream. And that's fantastic. That really means a lot, not just to me, but to the family as well, our community. We're getting new members come in and people are introducing themselves, finding out they live around the corner. It's amazing. Okay, this community is amazing. It really, really is. And looking at the chat, that was pretty full on. So well done to the moderators. We had 5,485 chat messages on that one live stream alone in what, an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes or so. Wow, you guys rock. And also don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It's something it's something I always do. Whatever video I'm watching, I'm liking, or live stream, the first thing I do, hit the thumbs up and it's done. It's well easy. I'll come out of the chat, click it on. I haven't got to worry about it then. Or even sometimes people like to watch the video in the live stream and when they come out, then do the thumbs up. It's entirely up to you, but it really helps get this message out, okay? Because yes, it's crazy that yes, the UK is collapsing, and we're going to go into some of that very shortly, okay? Also, furthermore, he wishes to remain anonymous, but some guy physically sent me this. If any of you guys like your whiskey, let me know what you think about this one. As you can tell, I've not opened it yet, so I will be in due course. The issue I have is, I don't know, some of you guys might have it too, is I don't like to have like 9 different bottles of whiskey all opened. I like to sort of open one, drink it all, and then go on to the next one. So I'm saving that to all of those other bottles have fallen by the wayside, so to speak. So this is quite new, actually. People have been asking me this for a long, long time. Have you got a PO address? A PO box, sorry. I want to send you something. So we've got that done. It's been finalized and it works. We've been receiving gifts already. So if you want to, it's right below this video. Click in the description box. Boom, there it is. Okay, so that's absolutely awesome. You guys are showing so much love to me, and some of the gifts that I have, you know, sometimes I've already got something, so I gift it forward, and that is going to be something very important. Okay, so we are going to be talking about some quite hairy things tonight. Okay, and I do get it. Okay, because now and again I have to have a break from all of this. Okay, don't forget, we got a soul in there. We need to look after it. Okay, so we need to be in tune with our intuition, and we have to listen. And when it feels like it's getting too much, just switch it off. Do something else. Log out of your Instagram account or whatever you got to do to limit that exposure to all of the BS. So what we're going to talk about is right at the end of this live stream. So I'd like you to stay to the end, or if you're watching on the replay, if you get the gist of it, you're more than welcome to skip to the end, the last 20 minutes or something like that. And we are going to be talking about solutions of how you as an individual can get around all of this stuff. Okay, it's quite groundbreaking and not many people are talking about this stuff. So it's really important message at the end. Okay, guys, so if you want to hang around for that, it's not all doom and gloom. Okay, I get it. More than most. You know, if you was to get like 100 emails plus every day, all the Instagram messages, all of the comments, all of the text messages and stuff, 9 times out of 10, it's a link to something pretty grim, all right? And it will pull you down. So yes, I completely get it. And you're not alone, all right? So when you need a break, step back. But like I said, at the end of this video, it's all positive, good stuff of how we can beat all of this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So yes, thanks for sharing this live stream too. It wasn't until I looked into the analytics as well. One of the most popular ways that people are sharing my live streams is on WhatsApp, believe it or not, in ascending order. So it's WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook. Also, people found this live stream from, I'm guessing it's probably the comment section, or maybe in their own paid subscription communities. So a good friend of mine, Neil, on the Isle of Man, his name's Neil McCoy Ward. Some of you guys will probably know him already. A lot of people are coming over from his channel to watch this. Richard Vobes, bless him. I mean, we contact each other a lot, okay? We're almost like brothers pretty much. It's insane the amount of similarities there are between us. It's incredible. And a weird one, Russell Brand. Yeah, people watching Russell Brand have been talking in the chat or whatever it is community that guy's got to come over and watch the live stream. So people will be coming from Russell Brand, Nate over in Canada. You guys probably know him as Canadian Prepper. And also there's a YouTube channel called Redacted. I know some of you guys probably are aware of this. People will be coming from there. And a channel which I've never heard of before called Logic Before Authority. So I've been recommended from all of these guys' communities to come over. So that's awesome. The audience. Now, the bulk of the people who watch these videos, okay, are from the age of 35 to over 65, which I lovingly call the elders. Okay, the elders are incredible. Okay, always respect your elders. They are fantastic people, and there's a good reason why they're still here. Okay, they are true survivors. They need to be here for a reason. So always respect your elders. 61.4% of everyone watching my videos are male, and 38.6% are female. And that is a massive uplift. It's pretty much 60-40. Okay. When I started doing this 11 or so years ago, I think there was about 3% of females that were interested in what I'm talking about. Now it's just crazy. 40% almost are female. So all of you cats in the house, welcome. It's absolutely fantastic to see you in the community. 65% of people watch from the UK, 9.8% from America. Now that's a bit strange. It used to be a lot higher, so I don't know what's happened with intercontinental sharing, etc., or laws or copyright. I really don't know what it is. Okay, but yeah, if you are watching from America, I'd really appreciate it if you shared me, as it were, in America, because wow, that's not many people, and America's got what 380 million people living there. So it'd be awesome to get more American friends over this side of the pond, because what's going on here is exactly the same almost as what's going on in America and Europe, and we've tried to correlate the links to that before, and it's astonishing the similarities of what's going on basically in the West. All right, and 2.1% from Australia, mate. Yes, awesome. We love the Aussies. Okay, so without further ado, where are you guys watching from? So we're going to pop quickly into the chat now. Apologies if I've missed any. Oh look, this one, it's just bumped up, and it's from a member as well. Another member in the house, which is also Mike. Good to see you, sir. Brilliant. So, oh, check it out. Look, London girl. Girl and girls. Brilliant. And do you know what I said? The audience, 61.4% male and 38.6% female. Guess how many was other? 0. And that's a good thing, because as we know, yes, there are only 2 genders. If you really don't know, or you're a bit confused, it's really simple. Just look down there and there's your answer. Right, let's crack on and see where you guys are watching from. Wow, look at that. We got nearly 1,200 people in the chat. Don't worry if you're watching on the replay. We are going to be getting into this real soon. Okay. Pretty much, yeah. There's one more quick thing to show after we've had a few chats with people, and we're going to be getting onto it. So looking about 5 minutes away from now. Okay. So I know time's precious and important, etc. So that's really, really good. Wow, I've had to scroll all the way up here. You guys are blowing up the feed tonight. Fair play to you. Bloody hell, how much more have I got to go up? Do you know, this is really hard to keep up with the chat. I slowed it down, so comments every 30 seconds, and it looks like it's still too short of a time. But there we are. I don't want to do 1 minute per comment, because I've been on chats like that and it's a nightmare. So where we got? We got Full of Hope, which is always a good thing. Always hopeful. Belfast. We got Barbara from Sywell. Awesome. We got JLR from Durham. Brilliant. We got Rob over in Bristol. Hi, Rob. How you going? We got Gillian from Cornwall. As you can see, right above your name, represented by our wonderful Cornish flag. Mike, how you going, sir? The Cheshire Wonder in the house. Legend. Now, that guy loves camping out in the woods. It's awesome. Check him out on Instagram, the Cheshire Wanderer. Awesome. Grumpy Grandad, I like that. Hereford. Yeah, Hereford. I could be visiting Hereford for something very special in September. Well, that's a closely guarded secret. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah, I know you do. So we got I Marmite from the Midlands. Awesome. We got Jay over there in Ireland, which I believe to be Southern Ireland. Awesome. Oh, check it out. We got someone from the US. We got K-Bone. Yo, that's cool, from Chicago, the Windy City. Surliet from Derby. Awesome. Oh, check it out. Rhine Island from Indiana. Excuse me. No name. Okay. South Wales. Or South Wales. So, oh my God, there's so many here. You guys are nuts. Never Look Back from Nebraska. Um, Cornish Cowboy, hi again. I remember that one. Born Outside. He's obviously can't handle his shan't. All right, Tim. Ziggy's from Iceland. Wow. Nice. There's some beautiful places up there. Just quickly, who saw loads of stars the other night? Is it not last night before? And who sees shooting stars? Yes, I did. But it was very big and very bright, not your typical little. So we might get into that near the end of the video, okay? But yeah, there's been some crazy stuff going on up there. We got Ontario from Canada, Q-Fragger, awesome. Honestly, there's so many. I'm really sorry. I'm bringing it down. Bump. Rachel Gregory, what the hell is that? I don't know even know what it is. Moderators in the house, having a giraffe. Cool. But yeah, we got excuse me, John from Romford over in Essex. Fog 360. All right, dude, good to see you. I spoke to Paul the other day, a mutual friend, and I'm going to be speaking to you soon, mate, over the next couple of days. So make sure you buy a blower, and I've got a phone call for you, dudes, coming up. Yeah, the cold's not left me now. It keeps coming and going. It's a right pain in the jacksy. It really is. Where we got Chrissy from Virginia. Awesome. John, how's it going, brother? Hey, Alpha Charlie Concepts. Now, if you're into your shooters and firearms, check out this guy on Instagram. He's got a wicked page, okay? It's down south, y'all. Ain't mucking around yet. No, sir. No, it's not mucking around. Another member in the house, Linda. How you doing? From Eastbourne. Awesome. And we got someone from the Netherlands. Wow, the farmers are busy over there. We're going to wrap this up soon, guys, because we've got to crack on with the show. It's already been 23 minutes. Kelly from Ohio. Awesome. Any of you guys from America, if you can share, that would be fantastic. I've had to scroll right down, and I've just noticed, oh my God, check it out, the State Detective. Now, this guy is awesome. I love this guy. Urgent transmission, Ministry of Beef. The beaches are surrounded with barbed wire. Here in 1940, we're still active pillboxes. Over. Steve, you shouldn't have done that, dude. I really appreciate that, brother. That's mental. Oh, check it out. We've got a new member. Full of hope. Welcome to the Funky Fam. That's fantastic. And our member base is growing. Yeah, and I've only set it to the minimum at £3 something. So, yeah, lots of people have jumped on that. And it's fantastic. Here we go. BCTV, a different videographer with opinions. Love that name. That's awesome. From the land of Kerner. Oh, my God, that's awesome. Cornwall in the house. Thank you for that donation as well, sir. That's really, really appreciated. Like, seriously. So, yeah, we're trying. Oh, I've just seen Ben, 4x4 fella. Yeah, we'll talk about that a bit later on, brother. Right, okay. Let's wipe it. Let's get cracking. So, something new. Let me just make sure that I'll get that thing off the screen. Okay. So, what we're going to do now is we are literally going to go concentrate on the UK today because this program is about this country collapsing. Not really too bothered about what's going on globally. We need to sort out our own house first. Okay. So, let me just make sure that that's on there. Cool. Here we go. Right. So this is currently the UK population live, okay? As accurate as they can possibly make it. So please be under no illusion that this figure is a ballpark figure. It is not accurate. We really don't know if it's going to be something like a few million or more above or below this statistic, okay? But I want to draw your attention to something which is quite interesting. Right. So here is our year. Oh, not there. 2023. Okay, so we're looking across this top line. All right. Now, I want you to spend a few seconds looking at this figure here. This is the fertility rate, 2023. So the amount that people are being born. Now, look at the numbers. Okay. The fertility rate is going down. Look, can you see? It's dropping. So yes, that is quite an alarming statistic. All right, that is one of the reasons which are contributing to the collapse of this country. All right, pure and simple, very basic. That's it. All right. So, and also migrants net, I suspect it to be a lot higher than that. I mean, look at the numbers, look at the jump. So we've gone right back to 1995. Between then and 2000, it's gone bosh. So you're looking pre 9/11, okay, when all of this pretty much just changed. All right, that is a huge jump. I mean, look, you got minus signs there. So migration was going down, minus, leaving the country. Now look at what's happening to our country. All right, look at these numbers. And if you believe it's got there 281k in 2010, I think this trend from here, 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 here has continued to rise. All of these figures here, what you're seeing, is complete BS. Absolute 100% complete BS. Categorically so. How many people are watching this right now who have seen a massive increase in migration into this country? If you believe those figures there, where it says it's been dropping, not a chance. The people who are doing that haven't got a Scooby-Doo clue about what's going on, okay? You guys are not silly. You are here watching this video for a reason, okay? Everything happens for a reason. You need to be here. You found your way here. Fair play to you. Well done. Because this is an information learning center for sure. Just briefly, wow, 1,385 in the chat now. If you're bang 50p, mate, do you know, I've heard lots of people say that, but, you know, I understand, you know, you don't have to, but I appreciate that donation, and that is from a member as well. Like I said, the members are awesome. They really, really are. They super support. So, right, where do we get down to? That is all bombed over to page 3, okay? I did start to make notes, but it was, why am I going blurry? Hello? Earth calling crappy webcam. Why does that happen? Maybe it's because it's getting darker outside. I don't know. But I'd love to get the lighting sorted out in here. Anyway, I digress. I did start to have bullet points on all of these key issues, which we are going to be diving into on tonight's show. But to be honest, if I was to do one page of text for every one of those 20 odd bullet points, we'll be here for about 3 or 4 hours, and it's just not doable, really. Okay, so we are going to break down into the key areas. Now, let me know if you think I've missed anything, okay? Because I'm going to confess I don't know it all, and no one does, and no one ever will. So we're all learning. We're all getting pieces of this jigsaw puzzle. We're putting it together, and we're trying to find out what the friggin' hell is going on. Because if you don't know, things are changing, and we are looking at rapid change, okay? And no, this isn't fear porn. This is how it is, pretty much. You've got to be blind not to see it. So we're breaking it down. The UK is collapsing. Medical, culture, migration, import, export. Why is everything stopped? I'm not seeing any more chats come up. Is everything okay? I hope it's not frozen, because sometimes when I do live streams, everything just goes kaput. They are trying to censor me sometimes. Wow, there's not been one comment in 3 minutes. That's unusual. Is everything okay? I'm going to continue. I don't know what's happened to the chat. It's just stopped, and I don't know why. The clock's ticking, so we are recording. We are going to crack on. So, import, export, crime, very important. Military, terrorism, climate, political, pollution, agriculture, birth rates, censorship, gender confusion, food, water, supply chains, technology, and external. Yeah, for sure. Right. Wow, I'm a little bit peeved about why the chat stopped. What's going on? Something's going on. I don't know what's happening. Right, I'm going to quickly go to YouTube and watch it on there because it might be an issue with StreamYard. Wow, the chat's going on. Wow. In actual fact, the chat's gone bonkers. I don't know what's going on. No, I've lost the chat on StreamYard. It's completely. The last comment was by this fella. This is the very latest comment I got, and that was 4 minutes ago now. So I can't see the chat. Gutted. I'm going to try and refresh this page. Now, if this goes off, I'm going to have to restart it. I hope it doesn't happen. I've never done this before. So it's the only way I can think of fixing this. All right, so wish me luck. No, I can't do that. If I reload the site, the whole live stream is gone. Jeez, I can't see the chat. I'm being infiltrated by the cabal. Do you know what? I'm going to not watch it on StreamYard. I'm going to watch it on YouTube so I can see the chat. It's bizarre, but here we are. Why am I paying over £20 every month to use StreamYard? And the frigging thing's just gone peed up on me. All right, let me see if I can remove that. It's gone. Bizarre. Right, okay, we'll crack on. So where do we get down to? That's pretty much it. All right, so the top of the page, we're going to talk a little bit about financial. All right, so interest rates rose for the 14th time in a row. 14th time in a row. Okay, so now they're saying it's at 5.25%, and that was just under what was expected. So expect that to change over the coming months. Okay, you are going to see a rise in the interest rate, which is absolutely categorically going to put people in Queer Street when it comes to mortgage and indeed rental tenants as well. Okay, inflation. Now get this. Okay, get inflation. They are saying publicly all over the mainstream media in the United Kingdom that inflation currently is at 7.9%. Really? Do they really think we're that thick? Are you taking the Michael? I mean, come on, really? I'm just going to pop over to StreamYard to see if this is corrected. No, it's absolutely frozen. Well, let me see if I can go to that. Oh my God. I've got some JJ Recon, member from a month. Greetings from Phoenix, Arizona. Ryan Island. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Let's go back and no, it's still at 928 and I can't alter it. We're just going to have to rock. All right. So it is what it is. So yes, 7.9%. Can you absolutely believe that? I mean, go back to 2020, maybe 2019. That would be a fair assessment. 2019 before the issue happened. Okay. So how much was you paying for Heinz tomato sauce? And I know not many people buy it, and I'll get it. Okay, I absolutely get it. That is hovering around £4 a bottle now for that stuff. Absolutely bonkers. What's that just come up in here? I'm having all sorts of technical stuff going on. My phone's just gone Pete Tong. Something's happened with the email. It's completely frozen. Wow, what is going on? I've just had a donation from Martin over on PayPal. I can see that, so thanks, Martin. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back over to YouTube. Really sorry about this, guys. Looks like I'm being attacked again. This stuff does happen. So that's why I say it's important to sign into the newsletter, because one of these days I won't be able to do any videos for some reason. So yeah, you look at inflation, mate, and it's nowhere near 7.9. It's way higher than that. So I'm looking now to see. I don't know how frequent this chat is. I don't know if it's behind. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay. Ice dubs, more like 20 to 25% at the least. Yeah. At least. Gordon Bennett. Some people are saying it's just crept into the 40% bracket now, because what's happening with inflation is they are not entering into the equation fuel and food. Okay, fuel prices have come down a little bit, not a lot. Remember when it's £2 a litre for diesel around Christmas time, sort of thing. Okay, and now it's gone down to almost 150. So we've got a little drop there, but food has continued to soar, and unfortunately it will continue to do so. It will keep rising. I can't see any way possible that the price of food will start to drop. I think it's only going to go up. And again, that's what one of the very, very small things which highlights the importance of prepping. Okay, if you're one of those guys and girls who are minimalist, so you go into your kitchen, you open a cupboard, and there's like 7 items in there. Okay, people like that are going to be in poo street. They really are. Okay. So also financially, now the pound as well is not doing too good. So we got £1 is equal to €1.16 at the moment, and over in America it's equal to $1.27. Okay, so it could do a lot better than that. Do you know what? In 1989, I was in America for a whole month in California. Right now, I remember it was $2 to £1. Now look at it. It's ridiculous. So yes, I know people are pretty much fully aware as what is going on, to be honest. So you've got all of those things. Christ, I wish I could stop coughing. I thought honey would make it better. I think it's when I talk it does it. So now we're looking at the cost of living crisis. All right, so that is just absolutely bloody bonkers what's going on. I mean, how many people are capable of affording the things that they've always got over the years? Okay, people's disposable incomes are under attack, and to be fair, they have been under attack for quite some considerable amount of time now. So there's a big problem in the UK with money, disposable income. Moreover, okay, it's just evaporating. Now, any of you guys and girls who have got substantial savings, I would be very cautious personally about leaving all of that in one account, especially if it's got a low interest rate attached to that. Okay, the growth of your finances is going to be negligible at best. Okay, I am not a financial advisor. Okay, so don't take me for gospel, but lots of people in the prepping community have already looked into migrating their assets and funds to alternative sources. Okay, so if you've got a substantial lump, split it to 2 or 3 accounts. Okay, so if something goes wrong with one bank, at least you've got a fighting chance of recouping something with the other 2. Invest it into precious metals, silver, gold. I have been reading up. Now, it does look like the price of gold is going to skyrocket around Christmas time. So at the moment, it might be not a bad idea to get that if you can afford it. Most of us, including myself, can only afford silver, and at the moment, it's around $22 per troy ounce American, and that's spot price. If you're new to collating silver, or it's termed stacking, there's premiums. Okay, so it's $22 for 1 ounce. You can think of 1 ounce coin. Okay, 3 9s or above fine silver we're talking about. All right, you'll be very lucky to get 1 coin sent to you in the UK. Anything under 40 quid is crazy. All right, so it's only going to go up. What else have we got? Who remembers 2008? They called it the credit crunch. Yeah, who remembers that? This is weird. Also, the view count is frozen at 1,384 on StreamYard. It's not coming up anywhere on YouTube. It's got 1,536 watching right now. Started 39 minutes ago. Okay. 670 thumbs up. Wow, people, if you can whack that, because check it out. We got nearly 1,600 people in here, and only 600 people have done that. So please, if you can, it really helps, all right? Oh, can't believe that. Come on, you guys, hit the thumbs up button, dude. It really helps, you know. So yeah, the credit crunch, that really kicked people in the arse in the housing market around that time. And who remembers Northern Rock of all accused of people outside? Yes, that absolutely happened. So you can pretty much look at the UK from a financial perspective that we have been in decline for a period of years. This didn't happen in 2020. Okay, it started quite a long time ago. So if any of you like financial, I would deem experts who have been analysing the GDP, etc., of the UK over the last 30 years, you would probably see a declining graph in the financial situation of the United Kingdom right now. It's not looking good. Okay. Then you've heard the terms bank bailouts. You remember that in 2008, the bank, when they bailed out the banks, the government with the bonds, etc. Now we've got bank bail-ins. It really is like one of those things with the financial situation, really, of the United Kingdom. It's absolutely bonkers. So, with all of that being said, I'm just having a quick look at the chat. Wow, time was flying. Bloody Nora. We're going to go on to medical. So, what's wrong with the UK with medical right now? Now, obviously, we had the issue, the false flag in 2020, which most people watching this are on board with. Okay, we're not wet behind the ears. We know pretty much what happened and why. Personally, from my own personal viewpoint, I believe the entire 2020 episode was a data gathering exercise. That's all it was. Okay. So yes, it's very, very almost like military. Okay. Long time ago, I spent only about 3 years in the military, and it's very similar to how military personnel operate. Okay. They would do like training programs. They would analyze the response of the recruits, etc., when they're doing basic training, and they'll sit down and they have a meeting. They'll discuss performances, etc. So they're gathering data from an exercise. It's exactly what happened in 2020. Okay, every country around the world had their own little script, their own sort of time frame, their own frequencies with events, which they could absolutely use the mainstream media as their mouthpiece, which is one of their biggest weapons in the powers that be's arsenal. Okay, I'm sure you already know this. Okay, but we have got new guys in here, and I don't know how aware they are, because this is a very aware community. All right, so if you're a bit new to this, there's lovely people in the chat, and they will point you in a direction, and they're really there to help. That's what makes this community really, really cool. Okay, excuse me. So yes, the medical situation of this country is bad. Big pharma as well. The profits are insane. Excuse me. I hope it's not doing bad stuff on a microphone. But yeah, I've been struggling for quite a while now, since the third day of last month, and I'm still not right. Just when you think you're getting better, boom, back to square one again. The runny nose, the cough, the extreme fatigue. Lots of people have gone through it now. In fact, check out the live stream last week and you will see why. And what I've done now is, right at the end of that live stream, I've attached a video on the screen, giving people advice for a herbal drink which people can try out. Okay, it's all basically there to reverse the feelings of extreme fatigue, which is one of the main symptoms of this. That absolutely works. I'm no longer tired, but I've still got the other things. So I need to concentrate more now on my sinus issue, which I've got, which I started today. It's another video. Anyway, I'm well digressing. Medical stuff. Now, what about GPs, general practitioners? How easy is it to get an appointment in this country? Have you had an injury which required surgery using the NHS? I have. I've had surgery years ago, and it didn't go to plan. All right, and that was in a military hospital back in the day. Okay. And I've heard from so many people, I know people watching this right now have had similar things. They went to hospital to get fixed, they've come out worse, right? There's a lot of people out there that this has happened to. So a long time ago, the quality of healthcare in the UK wasn't that bad, but how it is now is so dire. I'm not going to be really extreme and fear porn about this, but I'm not going to say it's anything like a third world country. Okay, I've been to third world countries. I know, I've seen with my eyes, and I know what it's like. And I know people that have been to other parts of the world in third world countries, and yes, it's nothing like what we got here. But that being said, we used to have a really good healthcare system here, and that has been underfunded, mismanaged by top level senior management within the NHS, within their own individual sectors of that organisation, and it is pretty much privatised now. I mean, why would you go to hospital only to find Costa Coffee, Starbucks, all of the junk food in the shops? I mean, really? Really? So the decline of the medical care in the UK is abysmal. It's just shockingly in rapid decline. I mean, how many people are watching who are involved in the caring profession? Now, I remember David Icke saying this a long time ago. When you really look at things, everything that you are being presented is reverse. Okay, so you've got really good people out there. You've got nurses, you've got carers. Okay, all of these really good, kind, loving, amazing, genuine people who really have a passion, a desire, and a fundamental grounded belief to actually help people for real. Why is it that they get really crap money? Okay, and why is it that QCs and barristers get paid an absolute fortune to lie through their teeth to get arseholes off out of going to prison? It's absolutely reverse, isn't it? Because in an ideal world, the nurses and the helpers and the carers will get massive amounts of money. Okay, they really would. And imagine that as an incentive. You've got a kind, loving, genuine person who wants to help, getting paid what they're actually worth. That's my 10 cents anyway. Okay, so yes, healthcare medical in this country is pants. Now we're going to go on to culture. Now this is a real hot potato. This is a political hand grenade. Okay, so I've got to be very careful of what I say here on this channel. Now, one of these days when my website gets done, I will be talking about this a lot more depth than what I'm talking right now. Okay, seriously. But here's the but. The only way that I can do that is it has to be behind a paywall. Okay, it has to be. I don't really want to do pay-per-view, but just like a low-level membership fee, right, to get access to that stuff. And the reason is, if I was to talk real talk, because we're aware of the limitations of the YouTube terms and conditions and guidelines, are pants. Right, we know that. We're not stupid people. We're very clever people. We understand that. And if I was to do that for free on a website, guess what happens? You've heard of Ofcom. Okay, Ofcom would come along, shut the whole site down. They would stop it. Okay, the only way that you can speak that is it has to be non-public in a small private arena, as it were. And the only way, unfortunately, you can do that is behind a paywall. So we're talking about culture and migration. And yes, it's a crazy topic. We've talked about this before. So this is what I've been seeing, hearing with my own ears since, I would say, 2000. And it's strange because when we looked at the data about the UK population, it pretty much skyrocketed from the year 2000. Okay, so as soon as we passed into the new millennium, everything started to change. Okay, and yes, we all know what happened in 2001 in September in New York. Okay, and lots of us are pretty much on the same page. There's no way some guy in a cave masterminded all of that with people, a few flying lessons, pulled off those moves. There's so many, man, that story leaks like a bloody sieve with extra holes drilled through it. Okay, it's BS big time. So Arab music. Now, how many people have been listening to music in general since the year 2000? Have you noticed the differences? Okay, in chart music, pop music, popular music. I don't know who it's popular to. I think a lot of it's crap. In fact, most music from the year 2000, I really have no time for. That's just me, I'm being honest, okay? I just love all of music from the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. Anything from 2000 onwards, not all of it. There's a few good tracks that I like, pretty cool. But there is a massive Arabic influence in the sound and even the vocal styling of the lyrics sung in lots of these songs now. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of Arabic connotations within the sound of the music in this day and age, in this country. Okay, I remember hearing stuff like this over in Greece years ago, and that sort of, whoa, hold on a minute, we're in Greece, we're not in bloody Mecca. You know, it's crazy. So that's definitely a cultural change, and we are seeing big cultural changes within this country. Kids at school, classes, etc. Massive changes. I used to know a really good friend of mine living in Luton, and I'm not being racist. All of you know that I'm not racist, okay? And I know most of you are watching who are not racist as well. My friend's kids in that school were a minority, a ridiculously small minority. Okay, the overwhelming majority was, you know what I'm saying? Yes. So we are seeing cultural changes, and it's been going on for a while. Okay, so that's definitely happening to this country. Also, the migration as well. The amount of people coming into this country unvetted, unchecked. We don't know anything about them, and they're literally walking around our streets right now. And they are coming in every single day. All right. Now, I have been made aware from a good friend of mine over in Texas, and I would love to know the name of this guy. The only information that I've got is there is a book or a paper written in sometime in 1880, and in this publication, should we call it, it was written down that World War One and World War Two went exactly to plan. Okay, the times, the dates, the enemies, etc., the funding, all of it was planned back in 1880, and so was World War Three. Yeah, I said we was going to get into some dark stuff. So it's very difficult to say, and I'm in a crazy situation right now, but it was said in that paper written in 1880 that there will be a war against Muslims and Christians, and it will be fought in the West. Okay, what are we seeing now? We're straight talking now. This is no BS. How many foreign people, shall we say, entering into United States, moreover the southern border? I know y'all in America are watching right now, are absolutely nodding in agreement. I know, I feel it, I know it. And in the UK, I've seen it with my own eyes. I've got so many people that I know all around the world and in the UK. And the reports that I'm getting from videos that they've taken from themselves, they've talked to me, they've had eyewitness accounts and reports. The amount of migration into this country is insane. It is way out of control. It's too late to do anything now. They shouldn't have been allowed to come over here in the first place. Okay, and that is from a basic, commonsensical viewpoint. Look at the size of the United Kingdom. How many square miles is the UK? Okay, look at Africa. Look at Australia. Okay, look at Russia. There's so much space. Why the hell are they all coming over here? Oh my God. Queen Noho, California. Oh, thank you for that donation. Listen, guys, I'm really, really sorry, and it's hard for me. I'm sorry that I've not seen any donations because, look, I'm clicking on that, and that is the latest thing. I don't know if it's coming up. There's a bit of a lag, but that is the latest comment that I've got on StreamYard. that one there, and that was 9:28 p.m. That's the very latest one. I can't do anything. It's frozen. It says there's 1,384 people in the chat. I click onto here on YouTube, and there's nearly 1,700. Wow. And we've got 900 thumbs up. So if you can hit the thumbs up, you've only got to do it once. It takes 1 second. It's real simple. It really helps. I haven't forgotten. I've got a nice drink there, and I can't see it on the screen because there's like a 20-second delay. All right. So it's weird. I can't see myself. I'm just talking to a camera now, and I can see your chat, which is flying by at an astonishing rate. So where were we? Yes, it's a big problem. It's a huge problem. Okay. Now, if anyone knows of the name of the person who wrote that publication in 1880 talking about them three wars, can you please send me an email? I've got something very similar of the name of that person, which I could find. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit of effort to see if I can do that right now. All right. So I need to go to encrypted. It takes a while. Right, bump. So I need to go back down to, there we go, my bro. Right, okay. So the name that I'm looking for, it's very similar to someone called Massey Yowley or Mace Yowley. I think I've spelled it incorrectly because I can't find this name anywhere on the internet, and I've spelled it Masseyowley. That is the name that I'm looking for, but I highly suspect that that has been misspelt. So if any one of you guys knows any information about that name and that publication in 1880, no, it wasn't Albert Pike. Jesus Christ. No. It would be awesome. So if you could email me, that would be good. Okay. Because I need to deep dive into more of this. All right. I've not got much to go on because it's very, very hard. Like I said, and if we've got time, we're going to come down to that. And it looks like we're running out of time. Censorship. Okay. Lots of stuff is being deleted pretty much as we speak right now from the internet. Okay. That's why I've got a really good friend of mine in Texas. Some of you know him. His name is Jason Brashears, and he runs a YouTube channel called Archaics. I've had Jason on here, and I've been on his channel over there, and he wants to get me on archaics.tv. Very similar to what I'm trying to do with my website, to do like a private video thing where, you know, people can come and watch, and we can literally talk about anything without fear about this YouTube BS, because we're literally put into a small room and we can't do much in that small room. So yes, censorship is very, very real. So it's very hard to find that name and that person. Leo Taxil. Aaron. Oh, Earthheart. Check it out. Oh, I love it when I see Aaron. All the way. Yeah, we got a minute to beer time. What else have we got? Import, export. Now, obviously, this country used to be a producer. Now we are a consumer. It's a massive fundamental difference in those two statements. Okay. Gil Scott-Heron, who knows of that guy? Yeah. Gil Scott-Heron, he had it right big time. What that guy was talking about back in the day, yeah. Work for Peace. That's a good track. Anyway, it's pretty much, and he actually said it in one of his songs, you know, if you're like a consumer, you've got to dance to their tune. And what we're doing now with China, we literally dance into their tune. Okay. We used to have an amazingly good manufacturing sector here in the United Kingdom for a long period of time. And who remembers seeing the Union Jack proud to be British or made in Britain? Now it's the United Kingdom, but it used to be made in Britain. And every time that you saw that Union Jack, I know I don't give a toss. People say what I like. I'm going to call it Union Jack. And if that bothers you, you need to work on your triggers, my friend. We'll come to that at the end of the video because we're going to be talking about good stuff at the end, all right? So, do you know what? We might have to breeze this because it's taken too long to discuss each topic because that is quite in depth. I think one day I'm going to do a big long live stream. It's going to have to be on a website about this because there's just not enough time to go over it all. So yeah, that's a big fundamental change. We are importing more than we are exporting, and that is a fundamental flaw, in my opinion. So it's that time again. Whoa. Okay. Is everybody okay? They've done it again. They always try to shut me down on there. I've got messages from people saying it's buffering. What the hell's happening? What's going on? Oh, London girl. That was the first report at 6 minutes past 10. So it's over a minute. Okay. And I'm back on StreamYard, which is awesome because it's been updated. So that was a blessing. Okay. That was a negative turning into a positive. Right. It's all good. It's fine. No, I didn't lose any power. The power's been on all of the time. Unfortunately, when I start talking about certain things, it all just disappears. Okay. Now I've done loads of live streams before, a long time ago when this never happened. But as we talk about this stuff, censorship is very real. Okay. We've got 1 hour, 7 minutes. So it's continued to tick. It looks like the comments have frozen again. The last comment is this one. This is the very latest comment that I can see. Ian Murray. And that was 10:07 p.m. So something's really screwing up. Oh, fuck's sake. All right. Sorry, did I just swear? Yes, I'm back on YouTube now. Oh, God, I can't believe I swear. I thought it went off because there's a big lag. Oh, my God, they're really trying to shut me up, aren't they? Bloody hell. And I'm looking at the time. Right, where do we get down to? Crime. Yes. Violence. Now, who saw about the flash mobs in London recently? Okay. Now, from what I remember seeing with the BLM in America back in 2020 and 2021, we are going to see those sorts of things happen over here. I believe that they are literally organized. Okay. I really do. There's no way that they can just happen. So I think the misconception that these flash mobs are orchestrated from innocent parties, members of the public with whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm still talking. Wow, there really is a lag, isn't there? Bloody hell, I'm looking at the YouTube thing and I've still got the Union Jack on the screen. And that was ages ago. But yes, all of that stuff I think is funded. Okay, so you're probably looking at Soros again. Is heavily involved with Black Lives Matter, as we all know. So crime is literally getting out of control here in the UK. You've got to be mad to disagree with that because it actually is. All right. It doesn't matter what the mainstream BS put everywhere saying, oh, crime figures have unexpectedly dropped. You live in the UK, right? And you know what you see, you know what you hear. You've got friends, you've got family, they tell you what they see and hear. And when you start analysing all of that, and from friends that you've got all over the country, social media is fantastic because we've now got a network which spans the globe. Okay, we can literally speak to people that we know and trust without going through the mainstream filter of BS, and we really do have a handle on what's going on. This is what I try and do on here, trying to get information here, collate it and present it and let you guys see if you notice any differences from where you are about what we're talking about. So crime, yeah, fundamentally is going through the roof. Military, okay, next one for this country. The budget. Now, guess what? The UK military budget has just gone past £46 billion. Okay, £46 billion. So even though this country is struggling financially, where the hell did they find all of that money to invest it in kit and equipment? Because it's not going into added personnel, which happens to be 190,000 armed forces personnel in this country of apparently 67 million people. I believe it to be way over 70, almost going into 80 million in this country. All right. So, but that's not all. 8,000 of that 180,000 are reservists, what I used to be in. Okay, I was reserve infantry for 3 years in this country, and yeah, so that actual number is less. And I think out of that 180,000, I mean, it's 35 or 38,000 Gurkhas as well. phenomenal soldiers. Okay, so everything seems to be going wrong, doesn't it? Now we look at terrorism. Now, when was the last time you heard the word terrorism on the news? It's been quite a while, hasn't it? You know, since the September 11th attacks, terrorism was a massive thing. You couldn't look anywhere but seeing terrorism. So what have you got now? Diet terror? Terror light? I can't believe it's not terror. Well, where's it gone? Where's the freaking terror gone? It's like, wow. It's almost like in 2020, when the issue happened, there wasn't one single solitary case of flu reported in the entire United Kingdom. The first time in human history. So you still don't smell a rat with all this. I'm not making it up. You can go back and look yourself. It's all there in black and white, all over the bloody internet. It's nuts. It's absolutely bloody nuts. So terrorism. What happened to terrorism? The only terrorism which you might get whiffs of now and again in the mainstream would be cyber terror, hacking and all of that good stuff, which fundamentally has its own unique qualities regarding a bloody nightmare, if you want to put it bluntly, okay? Because we all know, we feel, and we fully understand that there is a huge drive to get everything online. Everything's got to be digital. Why is that? Why is that? Fuck's sake, again. Oh, sorry. Wow, the lag between StreamYard and YouTube's insane. It looked like it just went blank again, but it didn't. Bloody hell, this is really difficult live streaming tonight. There's so much going on. And thank you for your donations on PayPal, by the way. That's seriously awesome. You guys are brilliant. I really appreciate that. And if I've missed any on there, I'm really sorry, because there's been so much technical BS. It really, really has. So, yeah. Wow. I'm still looking at the very latest thing on StreamYard. And that was the last comment that I've got, and it's stopped. And that was 10:07 p.m. Bizarre. So yes, the show must go on. What a bloody show this is! But it got all together, isn't it? I'm looking at the time because I need to skip loads of this and go to the end, because I did say about the positive stuff that we can do. And this is a big thing. All right. So I'm glad you guys have stayed all the way to the end. I'm just going to pop on here because I've got no idea. Wow, 1,235. Bloody hell. We've just lost 400 or 500 people. It's probably down to these technical issues. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, is what it is. We've got to roll on, haven't we? So, what have we got now? Obviously, we've got the climate, we've got political stuff, we've got pollution, we've got agricultural. We've already talked about the birth rates, censorship, which is they're obviously trying to do that to me right now, gender confusion, the issues with food and water in this country, also the supply chains, technology advancement. So we're talking AI. That's a whole new live stream. And external. There has been talk, I know, I've heard about it online, about aliens and all that. Okay. Look into that whatever you will. So what we're going to do now is we are going to look into, it's quite a controversial topic, but I do believe, based on the feedback that I've got from the guys in this community, who really know what I'm talking about. If you're new to this information, please have a chat with the people in the chat, or indeed in the comment section. Okay, we have got an aware community, and if you don't know what it is, it's a big learning curve, right? So all of this stuff which we're being drip fed everywhere, mainstream media, social media, okay, all of it and in between, okay, most of it you could probably concur that is negative energy. It's bad stuff. Okay. Now, I find it really helps to sort of break things into threes. Okay. Some people call it the Trinity, the Law of Three. Okay. That book, which was sent to me last week. It's amazing read, by the way. Now, think about it. You've got past, present, and the future. Okay. Whatever's happened in the past, whatever it is, no matter how bad it was, if you keep going back and dwelling on it, if you keep reminiscing about certain things, you are, in my opinion, okay, now I'm not telling you what to do or how to think. This is just how I think and what I've learned. And I'm putting it out there to see if you guys understand fully what I'm talking about here. Okay, whatever's happened in the past, okay, you can't go back, you can't change it. No one has ever done that. Okay, it's impossible. Right, we're living in a construct. You just can't do it. All right. So and then you've got the present, which is right now. Okay, and then also you've got the future. So all of the future stuff. Now, most of this BS which is going on out there and being drip fed and blown out of proportion and falsified and edited, and it's all seemed to be perfectly placed at the right place at the right time, right, for a reason. We are up against something highly educated, highly funded, and highly evil. All right. Again, it's the law of threes. You need to look into this. So you need to do whatever you can, right, to get into the present right this second. That's the only thing that's important. Okay. All of the stuff which I said before and back, you can't do anything about it. You've got no control over it. Right. You haven't. So intuition is key. All right. Now, I'm fully aware that we have people watching this video right now with all sorts of belief systems. Okay. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. Religious people, all sorts of new age or whatever you want to call it. Okay. It's absolutely fine. And everyone is free to do whatever they want within their belief system. And no one should put their belief system onto anyone else. Okay. No one. And I know some Christian people struggle with this because they have to preach the gospel. Okay, I understand that. But it's a very, very fine line between doing that and carrying it inside a personal thing. Okay, so it's entirely up to you how you roll with that. But it's all about intuition. Okay, the most important thing you can have as a prepper is intuition. Okay. Intuition is more valuable than 3 months worth of food. It's more valuable than kit and equipment. It's more valuable than stored fuel. It really, really is. Because if you haven't got that intuition, that sixth sense, that gut feeling, that heart vibe, whatever you want to call it, okay? If you haven't got that, you're going to be screwed. I'm telling you blunt. You are going to be screwed. You will be. And we're going to get to that, okay? For me, it's always sort of been there, but it come right to the fore when I had Reiki done. That was life-changing. For me, it was massive. It's fundamental, okay? I don't mind talking about this because it's true. And when you sort of go down this road, a lot of it's fear of being ridiculed, okay? You lose the fear. No, I'm not saying that I'm not scared of anything. There's a few things that scare me. I'm scared of heights, like some people are scared of all sorts of other things. But the fear of doing what you want and saying what you want is pretty much gone, okay? That's why I'm talking like this. I can give a monkey's rat's ass what anyone says in the chat or the comments about this, okay? It doesn't bother me. You can say all you want. And it's like someone throwing a bucket of water over you, knowing full well that your skin's waterproof. And it's not going to do any damage at all. All right. So that's the power that it gives you. You lose the fear. Okay. So think about it when you go back to school when you was a kid and you had to fit in. You had to. The last thing you wanted as a kid is to stand out and fear of being ridiculed. Okay. Fear of being different. Wear the same clothes. Wear the fashionable clothes. Because if you don't, it'll all poke fun at you and laugh at you. Okay. It's character building, all right? Be that guy, be the guy or girl to rise above all that BS, because it's BS. These are all control systems. These have been put into place over thousands of years. Not 10, 20, 100 years, thousands of years this has been going on. It's all about dividing people, okay? Anyone who looks to be outside of anything is ostracized and ridiculed. And if you let that get to you, it's going to be fearful and it's negative and it's not good. So Reiki is really good. If you understand third eye, okay, that's incredible. When you really understand that and you've got that intuition going on, you won't believe the difference it makes to your life. I know some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about right now, but there's going to be people watching this who think I'm absolutely crazy. But that's fine, okay? It's absolutely fine, because lots of new information which gets presented to people will do a couple of things. It will resonate, or it'll be cognitive dissonance. So if what I'm talking about is challenging your belief system in any way, rather than sort of have an open mind, let it come in, mull over on it over however long you want to, and then form your own opinion about what I'm talking about. Okay? If you just go, oh, he's talking about that, no, I'm not even going to listen. No, it's BS, it's rubbish. That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing to do. Okay? You should always have an open mind. But a classic thing is, don't have it so open that your brain falls out. Okay? There is some truth in that, but you get to develop that as you go on. Okay? So what are we talking about to achieve this untouchable energy, as it were? So helping others, help people. Okay? If you don't usually help people, do it. I do it all the time, and I don't talk about it. There's no need to. There really isn't. The worst thing that I've seen is people on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. There's some poor guy or girl living on the street because they've fallen on rough times. And by the way, you should never ridicule those people, because they probably come from a perfectly sane background. Something went wrong and they're in that situation. How would you feel if that was you and everyone ignored you? Okay? Just help people, right? Yes, I've given people money at the tills in checkouts because they can't afford their bill. I paid for people's fuel. The other day, I pushed this guy in a wheelchair up the hill to the supermarket, and I put the car's hazard lights on. Just help people, okay? You need to be the change that you want to see. That is the very easiest way that you can describe it, okay? If you want to live in a society where there's respect, where there's manners, where there's help, where there's love, where there's minimal violence and stuff, okay, the only way that you're going to see that is if you do something about it. So you be that person. Don't wait for someone else, because guess what, Jack? You're going to be waiting a whole lifetime and you won't see it. You start doing it yourself and other things, you won't believe the differences it's going to make to your life. You won't believe me. The only way that you're going to see those changes and all of these amazing benefits which just land on your lap on a regular basis, blow your mind. It will literally just put a pencil in your hand, write the word fear on a bit of paper and get a rubber and go, it's completely gone. And it will, all right? So you're helping people. Giving as well, okay? The amount of times I'll get donations and I give it to other channels and stuff, okay? Giving is important, okay? And I think the problem that we've got in society is more people receive more than they give, okay? Giving stuff, it's amazing. And I know people are going to say, well, I can't afford it or whatever. Well, let me tell you this, that's BS. You don't realise it, but it's true. I've been, like, to third world countries. I worked in the Islamic Republic of Iran for 1 month. There was this guy there. His name was Mortazan, lovely fella. The 2 days before we left to fly back to Dubai and then back to the UK, he wanted to take me out for a meal to say thank you for helping him, because I was out there with other guys from the UK as a team, and we was passing on skills and we was building loads of cool stuff, which I can't really talk about. But he wanted to show his appreciation, taking me out to buy a meal, okay? The money that I was on was like so much more than what this guy was on, okay? But they have got respect out there, big time, right? And it's ingrained. This is what us Western people are not told about people in Iran. This is from my own personal experience, right? So this guy, I tried so many times to say, no, it's fine, I'll pay. And I could have easily paid, right? He took me to their version of Pizza Hut. I can't remember what it's called, but it is different, but it had the same logo and everything, right? So he took me there. We just had a pizza and I think we had a Coke, and that was pretty much it, right? And I really tried, and I mean I really tried to pay. I even tried to stick it in his pocket, and when he noticed that, he went mad. So I just give up. I said, right, I feel bad about this, dude, because I can easily afford it, and I know you probably can't. I didn't really know. But guess what? He paid for it anyway. And it wasn't until the next day when I was speaking to one of my friends who works out there. He said to me, oh, yeah, he said, I found out what happened about last night when you went out for that meal and stuff. I went, oh, yeah, so I couldn't believe it. So he wouldn't take any money, he just wouldn't. Guess what? He paid for his meal and my meal. Do you know how much it cost? 1 whole month's wages. Yes. That family struggled for a whole month because he took me out for a pizza. Broke my heart in half. All right. He just would not have any money. I tried everything. I tried putting it in his toolbox when he wasn't looking. It just couldn't happen. All right. And if I did and I was successful, the amount of shame and disrespect that would have been brought on to that situation would have been immense. It would have been frigging fundamentally mind-blowing. Okay. So he gets it. Okay. In fact, that culture gets it. You give more than you receive as much as you can, and you help as many people as you can, however you want to. You're a human being. You're a creator. You can create anything with your imagination, how you think you can help someone. Okay. Even the other day, I've got a friend down in Portland. Okay. She hasn't got much money at all, but she buys things. She saves up her money. She buys things. She makes gifts, and she goes round to military veterans who are homeless and gives them to them to cheer them up a bit. Okay. What sort of world would it be if we all done that? Okay. It's crazy. I was seeing stuff on Instagram in Germany, all of the homeless. Now, all of the local people cook all of the food and they feed them for free. They just give. All right. It's really important. And sharing as well. Sharing things. So you help people, you give, and you share. And you be nice to people. Okay. No matter how you're feeling, no matter what's been going on, you need to rise above the BS. Okay. Now, this is important. Triggers. All right. Triggers. How many people get triggered? All right. And let me tell you this. You can go on Instagram, right, and you can get triggered like that. Piece of cake. And it's heartbreaking to see a post which lures you in. You've got opinions on it already. You go to the comment section and it's just a vile war of the worst side of humanity. And in fact, again, we talk about David Icke years ago. He said, whatever you see, it's pretty much the opposite. Okay. So what do we have with that? We've got social media, right? That's what it's called. But in fact, it's anti-social media. Okay. People are only showing their best, happy, positive sides. How many people who put posts on Instagram are depressed, unhappy, struggling? How many people are like that? Friggin' more than you bloody realise. Okay. So it's sad. Okay. Because people are looking at all of that sort of stuff and it's fake. It's absolute BS. Most of it is. Okay. In fact, some of the channels which haven't got many followers, they show the truth. They don't stage photographs. They just do post and they try to help and raise awareness. Hardly anyone follows them. But you look at with the people with the millions of followers and how professionally photographed everything is and how perfect their world looks like. Look at our happy family. It's amazing. Look how tidy our house is. In reality, mate, really? So yes, don't be triggered. Okay, do not be triggered. If you see something which winds you up, you're going to start feeling that feeling inside you build. You're going to feel it. Okay, you're going to feel it getting bigger, worse, louder, harder, deeper, lower, whatever. It's going to get bad and bad and bad. Now, what I do, I'm not telling you what to do, but this is what I do. As soon as I start to feel that, do you know what I do? Regardless of whatever it is, I just go, stop. In my head, I don't just go like that. I just go, stop. Okay? You step back from the situation. You look at it for what it is. And then you think, like I said before, the past, present, and the future. Okay? All of a sudden, you're right in the moment. Okay? Every second it ticks by, that second's gone. Think about that second and the seconds that are slowly going along. And you think, I almost went into a rant then. I almost got angry. I almost got upset. I almost got my ego challenged. I can't let people see that I'm a weak person. I need to defend myself. That's BS, Jack. That is complete BS. You've got nothing to prove. Okay? All you need to do is just stop yourself being triggered. Realize that it's happening and stop it. Think of something positive. That could be anything. That could be anything. Store loads of memories in your head of positive things. And when you feel yourself getting triggered or wound up by something, right, rather than go rant, and sink to their level, okay, you're bringing all the energy down, brother. You need to make sure that you're vibing high and you're being true to yourself and all of that. Now, I could do a massive, big, long video talking about just this stuff with loads more information than just this. This is the bare snowflakes on top of the big iceberg. We ain't even got started yet. This is just touching it. Okay, so we could go real deep into that. But when you start to sort of manage your triggers, you need to start doing some self work. Okay, that's really important, because you can't love anyone else. You can't until you learn to love yourself first. You have to, because if you don't, mate, you're fake, and you're not going to grow or evolve, and you're not going to get the benefits, which I'm going to go into in a bit if I've got time, because the time's bloody hell, I'm already over time. But you need to know yourself, okay? So you need to find time. You need to make time a priority for you, okay? So just say you've got 5 hours to yourself in the evening, okay? Turn off all that social media crap, right? Just sit down in a place where it's quiet, where you can really unwind, okay? Now start looking back in moments of your life when there was like bad things going on, okay? Stuff that wound you up, things that you're ashamed of, things that you've done which you regret, okay? Now listen, I'm not a qualified shrink, okay? So if anyone watching this has got PTSD, you need to get proper help, right? This is just generally speaking, okay? In actual fact, if you do need big help with PTSD, there's a place called the Warrior Program that will pretty much fix you, okay? And it's true. Look into the Warrior Program if you're really struggling with PTSD. Okay, so this is for people who probably haven't got that situation in their life, okay? So you go back to all of the things that you're ashamed of, okay? And realize it. Realizing then that's you. Now, you've got to ask yourself, at that moment in time when you was doing those things, is that a true reflection of you, or is it out of character, okay? If it is a true reflection of you, what do you think you need to do to be a better person? And it's really easy. Just stop being nasty. Stop being a git. Stop being a thief. Stop being sly. Stop being sneaky. Stop being two-faced. Okay? Just stop it. Because, believe it or not, most people aren't stupid, and they're going to see you for what you really are. If you carry on, you know, talking behind someone's back or whatever it is, it's not good. It's bad. All right? So you need to try and be your best self, your best version, and you need to try and stop all of that crap. Okay, stop. Banter's okay, providing it don't go too far. You know, just be a good person. Once you've done all of this, and like I said, you're sharing stuff, you're helping people, and all of this, you watch the changes. Okay, especially if you've got your intuition on point. Now, this is the most important thing. If you haven't got that intuition and you're doing all this stuff, at some point things will start happening, and you'll start to develop a sixth sense where you're going to know what happens before it actually happens. Now, the weird thing that I have, I seem to look 2 years ahead, and I can literally shut that off and go into right now in the present. So when I done that video about draw cash out of your bank now, the amount of comments in there saying like, oh, I'll come back here a month later and nothing's changed, you know, this guy's full of whatever. No, that's 2 years pretty much from when I've done that video for when there's going to be big problems with cash. That's just how my intuition works. All right, you can do this as well. So for me, it was Reiki. Find something good. If you have got some intuition, and most of us have, find something that you're drawn to, something that stands out, something that keeps popping up. Why does that keep happening? And that's the person that you need to go and see to get this done. All right, just do as you're told, relax, and you know, you could be having good things going on. So once you've got all of this, right, opportunities start to happen. Things start happening. Okay? It's incredible. And I know some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, but pretty much the more that you live this life of being true, honest, not being horrible, and you're helping and sharing, and you're trying to evolve yourself, you've heard that term, be the change you want to see. Well, that's what you got to do in a nutshell. Okay. This part of the world of preparedness is the most important part. Now, in my opinion, this is just me, this is more important than anything else, because once you've done this, we talked about all of this stuff earlier: financial, medical, culture, all of the stuff that's going crap in this country, right? Once you start walking on that true path, trust me, none of this stuff's going to affect you. You're going to have, and I know we've got religious guys watching, right, which is absolutely fine. I welcome everyone here, all right? Everyone. No one's omitted from this. This community is amazing, right? So you're going to call it divine intervention. Things will happen, miracles will happen. How come there was a massive big flood and like everyone got flooded, but my house was absolutely fine? That stuff happens, right? And it usually happens to people who are really kind, really helpful, and they've developed themselves into the best person that they can be. All of this stuff, it's not really going to affect you, so you don't need to worry. And that's why and how you lose the fear. You don't let all of this stuff get to you, all right? So like I said at the start of this live stream, right at the end, which is now, is the most important bit. Now, because of the technical difficulties that we had earlier, lots of people left for whatever reason, okay? So in my heart space, that was meant for a reason. Those people who left weren't meant to stay to the end. All of the people who are watching this right now and listen to what I said for the last 20 minutes or whatever it is, you are here for a reason and you needed to hear that. And my advice is try and make it a sort of priority, all right? However long it takes you to get it into your head, to look into it, have a think about it before you go to sleep. I'll tell you what, and I'm not joking, I know loads of people are going to agree with me, it's life-changing, okay? Things will happen. You're going to get so much good luck, you would not believe it. And I get it daily. I do. I get good fortune every single day. And it's because I've evolved into who I am right now. Way different person a long time ago, okay? But you can better yourself. You can evolve. You can grow. You can inspire others. And that's a beautiful thing to do that, okay? Oh, look at that. James White. Thank you very much for that donation, sir. It's absolutely splendid. So, yeah, things happen. So, what have we got? Yeah, look, 1,193 people. So, we had nearly 2,000 earlier. So, yeah, we've lost like 800 or people or so. So, they obviously weren't meant to hear that important thing. Now, I've not looked at the chat at all of the time I was saying that, right? I was on StreamYard because when I'm talking at the camera, I gently look at the screen and I can see myself in real time. I'm watching it on YouTube right now, and this is 10 minutes ago, and it's really confusing and difficult to talk and see whatever happened 10 minutes ago. So it's pretty much it. I really got no idea what's been going on in the chat. I hope you resonated with it. So, yeah, that was just speaking from the heart, right? That's true. And I don't care if anyone ridicules me for that. I really don't care, because the fear, it's gone. It's gone, man. Doesn't matter. In fact, what's happening is people who are being negative against people saying stuff which I've just been talking about, all they're doing is they're showing themselves for their true self. So people would look at what I've said, how I've said it, and look at the comments about it, and they're literally going to show themselves to everyone what they're all about. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do a much deeper deep dive into this, because like I said, I only touched on not even half of the things I wanted to talk about, because we just run out of time. Can you believe it's 20 to 11 already? Wow. So who have we got here? it's such a shame because I can't. Yeah, look, this is the latest. It's frozen. I can't put anyone's name up on the screen, and I'd really love to because you guys are amazing. All of you guys and girls right now who are still here, listening to me, chatting amongst yourselves. I can't wait to watch the replay and probably skip to this bit just because I'm really interested to see what you guys think about what I said. Now, I perfectly understand that there's going to be some trolls or negative idiots watching this, and I get it because when you think about it, they're either working through their triggers themselves, they're doing their self work, and they still haven't evolved or repaired the issues which makes them attack people for being positive. Okay, and that's fine. Absolutely forgive them because we all change, we all do bad things. We're just human beings after all. Okay, we're a very complex bit of kit, and like we know, the DNA, they only know like 10% of it or less. The rest of it they don't know. So we really don't know what we're capable of. But I can tell you this: we are more frigging powerful than you've ever bloody realised before. You just don't know it yet. Okay, even people who are on the same wavelength as me right now. You're never going to know it all. None of us will. So all we can do is to help, learn, love, and inspire other people and be the best version of yourself. The more people do that, the more people get inspired, the more people like it when they feel the energy, when they walk past you in the town centre, and you smile to people and they smile back. It's great. Did you know something? If you just smile like that, when you do this muscles, it does stuff to your brain. It releases endorphins. It makes you happy, right? It's another little tip. You're going through really bad stuff. Stop. Be aware that it's getting bad, and just smile or something. Even if it's like a fake smile or half smile, it's a tiny bit of positive. And you can find any positive in the dark, negative place. Trust me, you focus on that because that's going to be that tiny little candle in the pitch black aircraft hangar, which everyone in that room can see. Doesn't matter how small the positive stuff is. It's important. You hold that light, dude. And love to you all. So thank you ever so much to all of you guys who become members. That really, really helps because the members community is growing and it's fantastic to see. And there's loads of members in the community now. And that's fantastic. It really, really is. Every single person who's watched this video, whether it's live or indeed watching right now on the replay because you couldn't make it, it's fine. You didn't make it for a reason. It's absolutely cool. So you get to see this just at the right time. And if you stayed right to the end, then you people are the cream, the people that rise to the top. You guys are going to be fine. I just know. Okay, I just know. I just know. That's how I explain it. And you guys who know what I'm talking about really get what I'm saying. So that's cool. And also, everyone who's donated has been fantastic. I'm really sorry that I haven't seen any of it because big problems with the software tonight. It's just gone nuts. It really, really has. Helen as well on PayPal. Thank you very many. That's much appreciated. And of course, everyone who's done, what is it? Super thanks, super chat, super stickers in the live stream. You guys are awesome. That really helps. Buy me a coffee, Ko-fi, and PayPal during this live stream, and indeed over the course of the week as well, after this video's gone up, because that always happens. It's brilliant. And you guys as well sending me stuff. It's just bonkers. It really is amazing. In fact, I'll put it on there. There you go. I can see it. So yeah, even that PO box is live now, and everyone's been asking me for years. Finally done it. So that's awesome to have that. And yeah, share the love. We got this, and we're going to be okay. Because this community is awesome. This is a very special community. It's not just a prepping community. You're here for a reason, all right? You really are. And together, man, we're just going to smash this thing. Don't even worry about a goddamn thing. And last but not least, the moderators. Every single person with the blue spanner, they are special people, okay? They really, really are. And without those, this whole thing's going to be just a two-faced BS, bloody tin pot, waste of time, fake lot of nonsense. It will. It's absolutely crazy. And yeah, there are two-faced people out there. There really are. So use your intuition, and eventually, whenever's the right time, they will be exposed. And at that point, maybe they'll get it, maybe they won't, but maybe they need to start working on themselves and evolve. Okay, it's never too late to change. Be the change you want to see. You guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay